trouble, don't cry. No, no. Just remember, God is standing by. Yeah. Oh, when you've got trouble, don't cry. No, no. Just remember, God is standing by. Oh, God is standing by. Oh yeah. So don't you worry and don't cry. No, God is standing by. Yes, He is. So don't you worry and don't cry. Good afternoon, YouTube viewers and listeners. Welcome to my channel once again. This is author Kareem Hyatt. Just shared another word today, and just want to share that song that God is standing by, because we have trouble in this world, and God said you will have trouble. But the kind of trouble that we're seeing today, it appears that it's leading up to something that we don't see as yet, but we could sense it. And what I'm talking about today, and hear me out properly, what I'm talking about today is the Antichrist that will come. You know, God already told us that the Antichrist will come. The Antichrist is not here as yet, but the spirit of the Antichrist is here. It's almost like it's a dress rehearsal, a setup. They're setting up for that mark of the beast that the Bible talks about to be taken. And you know, we think people will take the mark and worship the beast, and it will all happen overnight. That's what, you know, a lot of people think, but it's not going to happen overnight. That's the truth. It's not going to happen overnight. The spirit of the Antichrist, which is the god of this world, is already at work. I'm sure you guys could see that. In 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4, it tells us that this fact, it actually tells us that the spirit of the Antichrist is already on the earth. But the Antichrist himself is not here as yet. But what I'm encouraging you guys and myself is to stay close to God. He's standing by. You're not going to fall for any deception if you stay close to Him, even in trouble. And 1 John 4 verse 3 also confirms the spirit of the Antichrist is already in the world, if you read that verse. So the question is this: why would anyone take the mark? God tells us not to take it. That's 666. But why would anyone take it? And the first answer to that is deception and idolatry. Right now there's a lot of deception going on, a lot of idolatry going on. You know, we have today, Satan is the father of lies, and that's found in John 8:44. He deceived the first man and woman in the garden, which is Adam and Eve. He failed with trying Jesus. He tried to deceive Jesus, but he failed with that. He will try you. That's happening in the world right now, today. Many people are being deceived. And the thing is that the enemy, Satan, doesn't come in the form of with red eyes and horns sticking out of his head. That's not how he's coming. There's going to be a false peace, and I think it's already started. It's almost like you feel like there's this peace, but it's not. It's a false peace. It's deception. And the Antichrist is going to come and pretty much let people think that he's going to solve the world's problems. So you're going to think there's peace, and it's deception. Um, the world will trust him, and the world will worship him. That's found in 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3 and 4. That's confirmation of that. Listen, guys, the Bible is real, as you guys know. But these things, like these last day signs and stuff that God tells us is going to happen, sometimes I think we as Christians don't take it seriously. Maybe because there's fear of it, but it is real, and we don't have to fear. The world is in fear. We as Christians don't have to fear. It's our job actually to pull the world to faith in God. So the Antichrist, he will speak evil and bad things about God, right? And he's going to do that to deceive people to worship him. So he's going to try to twist what God is saying. And if you could tell in the Garden of Eden, the devil already did that as a sign to show, right? He deceived Adam and Eve. Did God really say that? That's the strategy that he uses all the time in different ways in your mind. So that spirit of Antichrist is already here. Many are already falling for it. So he will try to shift the focus from God to himself, right? In Revelation 13, you see this all over, right? So you're going to be seeing a wolf. You think it's a sheep. Things are going to seem good when they're evil, right? Deception. So as you guys know, and if you don't know, Satan has power, but he has no authority. And what does that mean? God tells us that we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of this dark world. He's talking about the devil, right? So he has power to do evil, but he has no authority over a Christian. He has authority over the world because they're not serving Christ. They're living an antichrist life, right? So if you're living an antichrist life, you are bowing to an antichrist spirit. So us as Christians, we have a privilege because we are living the opposite of that. And God said, be in this world, but not of the world. What a privilege we have, right? The Antichrist will come and he will offer material things, right? That's going to be flashing like crazy, and we see it starting to set up, It's so rampant right now. People will not be able to buy or sell. So many will take the mark because they're going to bow to that. And the material things are going to be like so luxurious in your eyes, and people are going to start to feel like they can't live without it because this big deception. That's what God is telling us. But he said, do not be deceived, right? So after the deception, he will become an idol. People are going to make him an idol. He will be adored by the world. Actually, today, many are already unknowingly worshiping idols, like sports celebrities, and movie celebrities, and athletes, and concerts full of hundreds of thousands of these people exalting these false idols, so to speak. Loving them is fine, yes, you have to love everyone, but worshiping them is idolatry, all right? And here is how you worship not knowing. If we exalt man the same way we exalt Christ, it is idolatry. A lot of times we end up not realizing that that's what we're doing, but it really is. If you think about it, the way we worship God, we remain silent when we hear the goodness of God. But when we hear about an athlete, or we see a race or whatever it is, and a basket scored in the NBA, and we jump and we shout and it's fine, but you're not doing that when you hear about the goodness of God. Then you're putting man over God, and that's idolatry. All right, so people don't really worship wooden structures anymore. They worship other people in high esteem in their eyes. So with all that said, it's a setup. The Antichrist spirit is moving around and actually trying to get your mind set in that kind of mindset, so that when the Antichrist himself comes, he's going to have an easy time deceiving men. All right? So be aware, be vigilant now. Don't wait. I think the Bible said, we'll be raptured before the tribulation. I'm not clear on it, and I'm not a Bible scholar, but whichever way, I know that God is with me, so God is with you. So just be vigilant, stay close to Christ. Don't allow deception to pull you away from Christ or pull you away from the relationship. There's so many things happening in the world today that is questionable, and you could see it, in politics, in the vaccine, in the virus, and all that stuff. And of course, the virus is real, but there's so many questions, so many different things that is being said, and offers being made to people to what can be the cure or what can be the help, and people have questions. But all of this is not clear. Only God knows. Of course, there are doctors you could follow, but you have to make sure that they are legit, because there are some out there who are not legit. And again, that's deception. All right. So you see it happening all around. So be true to yourself. Right. The spirit of Antichrist is already here, but many have not seen it as yet. So have you seen it? The spirit of Antichrist is here. All right, guys. So I'm just here to encourage you. Do not believe the lies, very much lies, but God is true, and He has the answer to everything. If you ask Him, you'll know, because He says, seek and you'll find. Knock and the door will open. That's referring to people who are not saved, but also it refers to us if we have doubts, right? So we have a God who is faithful, and He stands high and looks low, and He knows everything. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to be deceived. Just ask God and wait for an answer. He'll show you some way or another. Alright, guys. Anyway, I just felt the need to share that with you guys. I just did this video with a heart to encourage. So just remember, when you got trouble, don't cry. No, no. Just remember, God is standing by. Don't forget that God is standing by. He's with you, never leave you nor forsake you. Share this video to encourage somebody else. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the notification bell right below this video. And I pray, guys, that you will be vigilant and you will not get deceived. God bless you guys.